Hi everybody, this is Joe with Joe's Premium Firewood, bringing another fun-filled, exciting video. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the support tools you need to run your firewood business. But before I do that, I just wanted to say, if this is your first time to my channel, welcome. I make all firewood related videos. I have two firewood channels. This is Joe's Firewood Videos 2. And the other one's called Joe's Firewood Videos. Got over 500 videos on that other channel if you want to check it out. And if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. I make very entertaining and educational firewood videos. All right, now back to the video. But before I go ahead and show you everything you need, I want to talk about, give you an update on my back. If you watched the video yesterday, I was reaching for my helmet that was in the quad trailer and something tweaked in my back. It was like a muscle pull, and it was basically between my shoulder blades, and it like took the wind out of me, you know, and then I could barely move after that, but I was still able to get the job done, you know, like I always do. I can push through the pain sometimes, you know, but you know, and this has happened to me before in the past. I think it was the first time that I recall it happening was in the 1980s, and even Fritz mentioned this in the comments yesterday. He said he sneezed. Well, I was talking on the phone and I had sneezed, and it did the same thing, and I had to go down to the ground because I could barely breathe, you know, and it took me like 2 or 3 days to recover. But I want to tell you right now, I can barely tell that it happened. So my back is feeling really good. You know, if I start twisting and turning, then I can feel some of the pain from yesterday. But other than that, I'm pretty good. So I just want to let you know that I'm okay, and all the well wishes. I really do appreciate that. So, all right, back onto the video. So over here, I laid out a bunch of stuff that you need. And right here we'll start right here. This is a 6-foot toe strap. And what I normally do with that, or had used it for in the past, is when I'm out in the woods cutting with my truck, you know, when I get my truck in the woods, I'll put that on the tree. And then, you know, instead of using like a chain, because sometimes the chains are hard to get off, but I'll put that under the tree, and then I'll hook it to a chain and then pull it with my truck. But right now, I wouldn't trust pulling anything with my truck because the frame has been welded so many times, and I could, you know, you can see where he put diamond plate, you know, the last time he welded it, and there is a crack towards the back there, a couple little ones, but there was a major one there, so he fixed that. So I wouldn't trust yanking a tree with it. And then, you know, right here, if I can't get very close to the tree, there's a 30-foot toe strap. And one thing you don't want to do is go toe strap to toe strap, because I did that before with a couple green ones. We were yanking on a tree that didn't want to come down, and we couldn't get the two apart. So then I ended up, instead of a 6-foot one, I had a 12-foot toe strap, you know, because this material just doesn't want to come apart when it's pulled together that tight. So you got to always go to like toe strap chain if you got to use multiple ones. And then of course, I've already mentioned the chains. These are two 14-foot long logging chains, very heavy duty. I believe that's about 5/16 or at least a 1/4 inch on the thickness of the chain, and they're each 14-foot long, real heavy duty. Like I say, I used to use smaller chains, and they ended up, you know, I broke them so many times, but these I've had for, you know, several years, and it's very helpful in the woods. Like I say, pulling stuff down when you get it hung up, or dragging something to an area where it's easier to work on. Right here, this is a Fisker's Hookaroon. Took me a while to figure out a good use for it. I have a video that I made on this channel, and I'll put it on the end screens. And what I use it for now is like when I go pick up logs or blocks from somebody, from one of my suppliers, and they're in the truck, I use it to to reach in and grab the pieces and pull them out. And it works really well, you know, for after this back row where you can't reach the 3 rows towards the front, and you just pull them right out and it works real well. Then the next one here, oh, and that was given to me by a super fan. His name's Dan. I can't remember your last name right now, Dan, but really appreciate it. And then this right here, this is a Fisker's IsoCore heavy duty maul. You know, I've got a splitter, so I don't really use it for that, but I'll put a video at the end of me using it. What I use it for is basically, you know, these blocks are gravy train, you can pick them up, but when they're really big and heavy, you use that. That's how I use it. Of course, you can split the wood with it too, but I'm too old for that. So right here, this is a Fisker's X27. It's a splitting axe. You know, I tend to use the other one more because this, you know, it'll split that ash easy, but for like hickory or tough splitting stuff, it doesn't work very well, where the maul works better for splitting. You know, axe is mainly for cutting. And these 2 tools were also given to me by a super fan. His name's his YouTube name is Jesse112693, and he has some firewood videos on there. You should check it out. But they come in handy. And this tool right here, this is a log roller. A lot of people, you know, have mentioned they see me rolling the logs, but they were like, you know, smaller logs. It's usually for, you know, real big heavy ones over, you know, 12 or say 16 inches in diameter, big heavy oak logs. And you know, you cut it maybe an 8-foot section and do the cuts down in it. Then you stick that poker in, stick that in the log, and then roll it. I know they got better ones. I know Back 40 has one where it's got like a little stand on it, and when you roll it, it puts it off the ground, which is real handy. You know, I wish I had one of those, you know, maybe in the future. But like I said, I haven't been doing much cutting until recently, but it's been small stuff. And right here, these are my 2 felling wedges that I have. You know, like I say, I'm not dropping too many trees, but I have used them before in the past, and it just helps for you know, dropping down trees to get them to go in the direction you want. But usually in the woods, it doesn't matter which way they go as long as you don't get killed or, you know, or property damage. And then right here's a wedge for splitting. You know, if you can't break the big pieces, you know, or the big logs into manageable pieces, you know, you pound that in with that, and it helps for splitting the log in half so you can make it manageable and lift it. So next thing I want to show you, we're gonna have to go in here. Here's the King of Firewood's truck. And right here is my Oregon hydraulic assisted grinder. That's how I sharpen my chains. You know, and I know there's guys out there paying $5, $7. You know, if you can do it like this, do it on your own, you can save that money, but it takes some skill to do, and sometimes it doesn't work, you know, as good to get it sharp, you know. But I've tried hand files, and I know I got a hand file around here, but I can't find it, but I haven't used it in years. So a grinding sharpener, a high quality one like this, because I think I got it on sale and it was like $428, is a must have for anybody that's going to be running their own firewood business, and especially when you're doing all the cutting before you start buying all the logs like I do. And over here, this is a die grinder. I use this when my bars, you know, when you're cutting for a while, they start to get burrs on the end, and I use that with the air compressor to file off the burrs. So, and you can see I'm all caught up on my chain sharpening right now. There's the dull list, but usually on rain days or whatever, I'll come in here and do sharpening. Here's the King of Firewood's. There's his chains that need to be sharpened. So we need to go back outside here for a second, couple other things I want to show you. And just got a shipment in. Well, these ash blocks are what I call bundle grade, but my supplier cut most of them too short. I need bundles no shorter than I'd say 14, 15 inches, and some of them are 12, but it's real nice stuff that he brought me. So over here, you guys are gonna get into making bundles, you're gonna need a jig. And my brother modified this table. I originally bought it from one of my log suppliers, Jason, and I've got videos of me making them in here. You know, just put the 2 strings in and build it, holds it to a certain size, and then I usually set the box of twine right there. Then right here, this is my sawbuck. I know I made a couple videos lately of cutting limbwood with Mike and I, and then my mom and I, and we just do it off the quad trailer. But this thing is like well over 100 pounds, and I just stuck it back in the corner. I can't move it by myself. It used to, I had to put these middle pieces in. There was one right there, but that broke off. But it's like when I cut, you cut into the thing, you know, and if you cut out here, yeah, it works good out here, but inside here it doesn't work very well, you know. And so I seen somebody posted a link for one that's a metal one, and I think that would work pretty good. You can just set them in there. So I think I might go to that. So we'll see. Now right now I got my first order this week. I gotta push that out. We'll test my back out, because I gotta pull that out of there, get it in there and split into my truck. So my first order of the week, and here it is already Thursday, you know. Oh, and one last thing I'd show you. Here's, you know, I talked about it in the other video I made of what you need. This is kind of a luxury, you know, having a quad and quad trailer. But this video is just about the basic tools, so. All right, I gotta get back to work. Game time's over. Like I said, I'm gonna split my truck. I think tomorrow's supposed to rain, so that's why I wanna get it filled up today. I don't wanna be standing out there in the rain and splitting it. So, and maybe if I get another order, we'll see. So, thank you everybody for making it, whoever made it to the end. I really appreciate you. And we'll see you guys at the next one.